Oh, there we go. Hi, hello. I'm someone named Dean. That's me. Well, it says I played 5 minutes ago, but it's actually been 2 days. I was just having some technical issues with the voice mod. I think we're good. So I just had to restart everything. Let's just actually quickly test it. Hello, hi. Testing? Hello, hi. Yeah, sounds like we're good. Kentucky Route Zero is a point-and-click adventure game where you are looking for the magical Route Zero, which is kind of magical. And where this differs from other point-and-click adventure games, it doesn't seem like there's a game over state in any sense. You just get to choose how you react to things, what your character says, how they project, how other people react to that even. And it's interesting, and it's fascinating, and it's weird. Our heroes are lost in the Zero right now, and they're still looking for Dogwood Drive. The main character, Conway, he's got a delivery to make. He's got a ragtag team of randoms, and they're all trying to figure this out together. Anyways, let's continue. I find this game hard to explain because it's unusual, but I like it because it's fun, it's weird. And if you're new here, I like to use voice mods for wacky voices, so enjoy, I hope.
You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest.
Go into the forest.
Enter forest. That's not
something you can enter. Just
Type of direction.
north. Is this
This is gonna be like a text parser type of game.
you are in open forest with a deep valley to one side.
Head back south. To that building.
south? You're
In forest.
Hey, it's a maze. North?
north. You're
In forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components in a small handmade radio.
Oh, we should talk to her.
Ask Lula, how she is doing. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Oh, excuse me for a second. Gosh, I'm not even doing wacky voices. I'm using voice mod and I'm losing my voice. Oh, I apologize. Anyways.
Ask Lula how she is doing.
Hi, Donald. I'm getting the same interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled.
Hands you the radio.
Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back.
North?
North.
You're in forest. Joseph is here. Tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket rail slate. A small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, noses comfortably on top of his backpack.
Maybe he has something to say.
Listen.
Donald, I was just transcribing. Your footsteps sounded like...
Joseph runs
His fingers along the index card he's been tapping on, from right to left.
Long, weary song, drearily gone, drearily gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy, after all. I'm eager to see what the poetic subsystem makes of these punched cards.
North?
at edge of hole. And we still have this weird degosser that Shannon gave us that we could use. I don't know if we need to use it or not.
You are at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone.
You'll into the hole first to see if there are pirates.
Yell. I only understood
Understood you as far as wanting to yell.
Yell, any pirates down there? No response.
Sorry, kid. You're batting 0 today.
At least we know there's no pirates.
Go down into the hole. That seems pretty obvious.
Down. The cave walls are too
Slick to climb safely without assistance. You lose your footing and fall to your death.
Oh. Oh, okay. Your score was 0.
Out of a possible 8,192.
What? You may continue.
Quit.
Continue. I think we gotta do this.
Try using the rope to climb down safely.
I roped a tree. The rope
Is tied snugly to a tree trunk.
down. Your feet
Slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you.
in bed quilt? Is there a reason to even use this other than to mess up visuals? So what are we discovering here? What is this background story about? So we know Joseph Wheattree is the gas station attendant that we meet, the first person we meet at the beginning of chapter 1. Donald is in this cave system that we're in, actually in the same room or chamber area as this computer. He built this computer, I guess. And we helped fix it, and now we're using it because we're stuck in the 0, trying to find Dogwood Drive. And I guess Lula Chamberlain used to be maybe in a relationship with either one of them, vaguely. It's not really explained. But now she works for some sort of weird government building that's in the 0, this mysterious subterranean magical road that you can't navigate normally unless you do shenanigans. Anyways. What's the purpose of looking through this flashback of their history? How does it relate to Conway and the others? I guess we'll find out.
You are in Bedquilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up.
That's the last trip. Everything's down here now.
Say something to her.
Say something back. You make an awkward joke.
Don't be so morbid. Lula looks
pensive.
What's the gear they're carrying?
Ask Lula about the gear.
Sure, Donald. We may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed in the School of Music. Both hooked up to my voice so we won't have to type so. Joseph has his slate, and the punched cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. It's not the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. Has your back holding out.
Ask her about the cave.
Ask Lula about the cave.
Having second thoughts. I don't blame you. It's unsettling down here. Mute existence. Earlier, as we were climbing down, I thought I heard voices for a moment. Or not voices themselves, but the echo of voices singing. Some kind of eerie, endless working song. I'm glad I'm not down here alone. Joseph's
Uncomfortable.
Jealous.
Hey, Donald, can you help me wire up these generators?
I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface, if you have time.
You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east.
Wire up the generators.
Help Joseph. I appreciate it, Donald. I'm not much of an electrician, you know. You know that.
Joseph hands you a bundle of
Wires. His kitten curls up on a spool of cabling.
Listen, the three of us had a good thing for a minute, wouldn't you say? Up at the old place, before it got ugly. I'm saying, we came down here to work, to really do it. Xanadu. And I mean, we gotta be rational about this. All three of us have got to put our feelings aside for a bit and be rational. You know what I'm saying?
Is he talking about Lula? Kind of creepy.
Tell Joseph to back off.
Joseph wipes his brow.
Brow with a dusty sleeve.
Seems down here, we're all strangers. Permanently strange.
You are
Interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east. Louder than before.
What the hell was that?
Let's check it out.
So did Joseph, Donald, and Lula discover the Kentucky Route Zero? Is that what this is about?
You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind.
How do you like all of this, kid? Kind of boring, but I like boring stuff sometimes.
The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward. Smooth rock gives way to jagged, crystalline surfaces. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning, as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room.
In crystal. Does this have anything to do with how Shannon's parents died as minors? I wonder. Oh, creepy. You are in a large,
Irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak.
Finally.
So we have the choice between running or listening to what they say. I'm gonna go with listen, but we'll see what happens.
Let's listen to what he says.
The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirls to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast.
Oh boy. Do we help our buddy, or do we help Lula? Well, presumably either one of them ends up okay, I guess, out of this. I don't know if it really matters, or does it? Yeah, I guess we'll follow Lula.
Follow Lula.
Run, northeast.
Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually you find yourselves cornered. You have hit a dead end.
Who are they?
Let's find a way out of here.
Escape.
That's not a verb I recognize.
Look for escape. You can't see
Any such thing.
Listen. Think they've gone back to work. They seem strange somehow. Maybe they forgot about us. Right. Let's try to pass so quickly now. We'll make eye contact. We'll find our way back to the fun.
In bed quilt again. You are in bed quilt.
A long east-west passage with holes everywhere.
Lula is here. Can't take her breath. I'll use our own voice. Anyway, if they follow us, Miss Joseph.
He seems pretty scared.
Reassure Lula.
I know, but never mind. I don't want to think about it. We should. Guess we should wait for Joseph here. This is where he'll go, right?
Search for him.
Search. I only understood you.
As far as wanting to search.
We have to be more specific.
Down one of the tunnels.
Search tunnel.
You select a tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footprints on the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify.
With the equipment.
Search equipment. The various computer and audio
Equipment casts angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. Joseph climbs down from the rope still tied above.
That damn sound. Those damn voices. I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through that network of tunnels. I ran my hand along the walls. Always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here. And I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across a Zero, and I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work into church. But it has an awful kind of emptiness. Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images got burned in my mind's eye. Television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, bottle, anchor.
Lula looks down at her feet.
What's up with Lula?
Ask Lula what is up.
Nothing. Yes. Joseph. You sound disturbed.
Lula, you've heard the same damn stories I have. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it.
Whoa.
We should stop him.
Stop, Joseph. You shout something at Joseph.
About the project you're working on together.
I'll die in these damn cold caves. What about those men? You'll know they'll come back.
Tell him we can find somewhere to start a fire.
Suggest find us somewhere safe to start a fire.
You shout something at Joseph.
Joseph, about going deeper into the caves.
Did you hear their voices? They're not... They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface.
Stop. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving, too. But I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and heading down to Zero.
Whoa. Don't let her leave us here.
Get Lula's attention.
You plead with Lula about your
New
continued
collaboration.
I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail. And then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula,
Joseph had left.
So, to anyone listening, I hope I actually managed to juggle all these different voice mod voices together. I only have the smaller stream deck. Not the smallest, but the one with only 15 buttons. I'm having to flip through different pages, so I hope you're having fun. Or it's not awful. Continuing.
Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions. The only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship.
Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo. Had his hat broken. You wander the tunnel.
Alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision.
Sounds like genius.
How do you mean?
Van.
Vanity. He did the truth. My aunt Remedios. Before she got into the hole. Oh man, another word I can't say.
Ethnomusicography. Okay, breaking character here. Let's type it in and try to figure out how you say it. Because if I'm gonna do this, I might as well learn how to say the word, even if I don't retain it. Volume?
Ethnomusicology.
All right, there we go. One more time.
Ethnomusicology.
Beautiful. Thank you.
ethnomusic thing. She was a painter, mostly nudes and oil. He had this model. I'll never forget him. Big, icically physical guy. Looked like he's about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel. Beaver and I saw this guy naked a lot. Couldn't help it. He was always posing somewhere in the house. Casing the light from room to room while Remedios made a sketch of his profile or worked up a right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had his magnificent hair. Long, black hair that ran down just to the bottom of his shoulder blade. One evening, he was standing next to the open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting. Early spring. It was kind of windy. Remedios was trying to get his hair right. He kept arranging it, like half in front, half behind, running over his shoulder and laying across his chest, in this very specific way. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird, indignant shuffle thing, where the wind from the open window would push it around, or he'd start to turn his neck when Weaver and I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines billowing around the top of his head, or neck. Weird thing is, I don't even remember his face now. Just that black swirl. Probably the best one she ever painted.
Colonel. Okay, and now we're at the Hall of the Mountain King, and despite looking up how to pronounce that word, I messed it up. I also looked up the wrong word. Ugh. It's late. It's Friday. I worked today. I worked overtime. Getting over something. Excuses.
After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy.
Now is the time to
Continue your work. Research assistance 0. Realism index 37%. Romance index 2%. Mold coverage 0%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistance to a task, or sleep until tomorrow.
Hire a new research assistant.
hire. Uploading job advertisements
to University Message Board. You have hired Greg, studies architecture.
Hire a new research assistant.
hire. Uploading job advertisement to University
Message boards. No new applicants. Try again later.
Assign assistance to a task.
Assign. You may assign research assistants
To debugging, transcription, or speculation.
Debugging. Assigning available research
Assistant to debugging.
sleep.
sleep.
Time passes. Greg identifies a bug with the oxygen level simulation, but is unable to fix it. Now is is the time to continue your work. Research Assistance 1, Realism Index 37%, Romance Index 0, Mold Coverage 11%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistance to a task, or sleep until tomorrow.
Hire new research assistants. Uploading job advertisement to university.
See message boards. You have hired Weaver, who studies mathematics.
Oh, interesting. Weaver is Shannon's cousin, who we've kind of met, and then she kind of vanished. Interesting.
Assign assistants to a task. Debugging.
Okay, I think I'm going to end with the voice mod thing for a minute because there's a lot of options and a lot of tabbing back and forth. So I guess we're playing some sort of simulation game now where we assign assistants and we're trying to reach 100% across 3 different resources or numbers or something. And I guess this kind of implies that Donald may have met Weaver, who's Shannon's cousin, which is interesting. She seemed a bit off, so maybe she had exposure to the 0 and that kind of changed her? Let's do 1 to debugging. Then assign assistance to task. How about transcription? Ugh. Okay. And we're gonna go to sleep. Weaver widens
Tunnel slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Greg extensively notates tunnel diameter as a function of length. Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Now is the time to continue your work.
Okay, so we got 2 research assistants, 62% realism, 0 romance, and 22% mold coverage. So what were the 3 of them trying to do with this Xanadu? Like, what did Xanadu mean again? Something like idyllic? Idealized place of great idyllic magnificence and beauty. But why do this project in a cave? Was that explained somewhere at all prior to this? Okay, we'll hire a new research assistant. We have hired Roberta, who studies fairy tales. Okay, let's assign to task. Go to speculation. How about 2 to speculation? And then assign to transcription. We mostly did debugging. Then we're gonna go sleep and see what happens. Time
Passes. Weaver types up some lurid imagery from a dream journal. Greg mused about the love lives of fungal colonies. Roberta discards centuries of exhaustive data on the uniformity of cause and effect. Intruders! The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now is the time to continue your work.
I'm not convinced this is getting us any closer to the 0.
Okay, so we're at 3 researchers. Realism index is 32. Wait. Greg, Weaver, Roberta. Okay, yeah, that's 3. Romance index is 40%. Mold coverage is 0. So I guess these strangers just want to collect the mold? Well, let's hire new assistants. Okay, we hired Marianne, who studies fine art. Could try to quit and start over. I don't know without it. We might as well continue. Okay. So, debugging. 4 assistants. Let's do 2 to debugging. And then we'll do 1 and 1. So 1 to transcription. And 1 to speculation. See what happens. And sleep.
Time passes. Roberta fixes some weird math with some weirder math. Weaver makes adjustments to the echolocation algorithm. Bats now fly normally instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like horrible leathery tumbleweeds. Very carefully transcribes the sound of dripping water in all their various variations over a period of several hours. Marianne makes a convincing argument for the edibility of stone. Weaver follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they. Now is the time to continue work.
So we got 3 research assistances. Ah, I can't talk. It's late for me. Realism is 57, romance is 60, mold is 11%. So I guess that explains why there's only 3 people here and Weaver's not. So I guess she left. Let's see if anyone else can be hired. Oh, we have hired Amy. Amy? I think it's Amy, Greg. No, it's Amy, Andrew, and Roberta who are with us right now in the same room with Donald. I'm guessing stuff might happen to other people. We'll see. Let's assign assistants to a task. What happens if we just get everyone on one task? Let's see what happens. Time passes.
Marianne posits that nature, no reason, is the master of industry. Greg had ideas. Roberta had ideas. Amy had ideas. Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Now is the time to continue your work.
Maybe we should start... Oh, sorry.
Maybe we should try to start over or something? This doesn't seem to be helping.
Oh. I feel like this is doing something, probably just not what we want. Hired Rick, who studies library sciences. Wubblub dub dub. So now we have 5 people. I'm just trying to get those 2 numbers to 100, at least, to see what happens. Time passes.
Craig fixes bugs. Rick fixes bugs. Roberta fixes bugs. Marianne summarizes the migratory patterns of bats through the tunnels. Amy had ideas. You dream fitfully. You, Lula, and Joseph stand in a hallway. The walls are blank beige. It's just after winter quarter, but before spring, so there are no students around. Joseph says something clever, and Lula leans on his shoulder. You wish that instead she had taken your hand, or that there were other options. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistances. I keep saying that word. 5.
Okay, numbers are fluxing all over the place. Let's hire a new research assistant. Okay, Andrew. So I think I think it was Andrew, Amy, and Roberta. So I think now we can do 2, 2, and 2, which is what I'll do to make sure that's what we need. I don't know if I would have done what Donald here did, you know, crawl into some cave with some sort of weird, like, I don't know, unidentified, like, life forms, and just be so stubborn that, like, oh yeah, I really want to build this perfect, like, computer simulation under these really strange circumstances. Time passes. Rick
Fixes bugs. Amy fixes bugs. Greg transcribed experiences. Andrew just transcribed experiences. Roberta had ideas. Marianne had ideas. Intruders! The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place. Hours later. Now is the time to continue your work.
Ugh. Maybe I should just quit and start over. Well, is there anyone else I can hire? Oh, okay. We have everyone that we have. We got 6 people. Just doing 2, 2, and 2. We'll see if anything comes of it.
Andrew fixes bugs. Marianne fixes bugs. Rick's transcribed experiences. Greg transcribed experiences. Amy had ideas. Roberta had ideas. Your habit of absent-mindedly chipping away at cave crystals and sprinkling their dust in the air behind you has paid off. Just a few feet down of one of the tunnels blooms a small but kaleidoscopic garden of crystals. Now is the time to continue your work.
Okay. So, yeah. It's been a couple days since I played this game. I'm still quite enjoying it. I'm still fascinated by it. And I'm happy I'm playing through it finally after all these years. It feels good to start. Well, I say start something. Feels good to be completing something I started so long ago. Even if it's just a video game, right? It's good to finish what you start. For the most part. Yeah, yesterday at work was pretty good. It was just a busy day. I had some friends come over and I cooked up some chicken burgers, and that was nice. And we ended up watching part of the movie Spy with I think her name is, gosh, what's her name? Melissa McCarthy, and it had Jude Law and Jason Statham. And it's you know, it's riffing on James Bond. And it was good. It's really funny. Forgot how funny it was. And then today at work, I was late to work. It was not good. Okay, we're almost at 100%. I think we're just gonna keep assigning 2, 2, and 2. But yeah, I just, you know, sick on Wednesday. Probably shouldn't have came into work on Thursday. Decided to do it anyways because I need money. So, well, money makes the world go around, I guess. Insert typical statement here. But yeah, no, I need money to be alive, so went to work. And then, yeah, I guess I just wasn't feeling 100%, you know. Even though I had people over the day, like right after for the chicken burgers and all that, which was fun because it was good to fire up the barbecue versus, you know, cooking on a hot day. And speaking of which, yeah, I was late this morning. I was just feeling a little bit feverish, but then I felt perfectly fine when I woke up. I was just like 15 minutes late to work, which is awful. I hate that happened, but it is what it is. I at least messaged management ahead of time. I didn't give them some sort of long-winded story. I just was like, hey, sorry I'm late, but I'm gonna come in. And yeah, it was a good day at work. It was a bit tough. It was warm. It was warm. I'm lucky I don't work in the sun. The only inconvenience my work has regarding the heat is I have to wear jeans for safety reasons. And, you know, steel-toe boots. Oh, okay, this is different. A mail carrier on a bicycle brings you a sizable bill from the power company. Yeah, I guess. Just imagine being in a cave in the middle of nowhere, possibly veering on an alternate dimension, and some guy still takes the effort to bike in the cave system despite lurking monsters and maze-like proportions to give you an electric bill. Is there anyone else to hire? Nope. I think we're maxed out. Okay, we're just gonna do our 2, 2, and 2. I just want to see what this does. I know Shannon was suggesting, hey, this isn't working, let's quit. But I want to see what happens. So we've already spent the time. Oh man. Let's find out what happens. Okay. You prepare a nutritional meal of
Wild cave moss, seasoned with a salty translucent paste you've harvested, at great personal risk, from stalactites.
Oh, we're so close. We just need a little bit more realism for this cave-like simulation. Yeah, I don't know. I think Joseph was right to leave. I'm glad he left. He seemed like he has a nice gig going up on the surface, you know, with the gas station. Donald, on the other hand, is just... I don't know, just going so gung-ho about this weird idea. But we're gonna find out what it all means in just a minute, I'm sure. Okay, the intruders came back. Finally, they leave. Oh my goodness. 96%. Yeah, today was okay. I mean, it was just warm. And then I ended up having to, I didn't really have to. I was asked if I wanted to do overtime to help finish a trailer, in the repair building down the way. I was like, yeah, sure. I was here on Wednesday, so I should make up the lost time. And I did. It was just very, very hot. Even though I was underneath a trailer inside a building, I'm not sure why, but that building is way hotter than the one I normally work in. And I don't know, all I'm wrenching on is some fittings, but I was just sweating like crazy. To the point where like my glasses, my safety glasses were sliding off my face, and my hair was getting in my eyes. I'm like, you know what? I need to get a haircut. So right after work, that's what I did. You know, I wanted to grow that Kurt Russell 80s mullet. Not gonna happen. All right, we did it. 100%, 100%. Okay, everything's good. Right? Does everything remain 100%? Do I make them work more? I wonder if this implies this is as far as it goes, because this is only as far as Donald got, because he never finished Xanadu. Maybe he was just dreaming about it. Yep, everything's at 100%. Okay. So, I guess that's it.
I want to keep playing.
Come on, kid. You got stuff to do.
Quit. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question.
Quick game?
Quit game? I only understood you as far as wanting to quit.
Maybe we have to lose or die somehow in order to start over?
Eat the lamp.
Eat lamp. Don't be ridiculous.
Maybe we have to wait it out.
Wait indefinitely. Time passes.
Research assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass, mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants take a burning disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable and makes an excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet, narcotic perfume. One night, you have visitors, outsiders, different ones. Then, later that night, an old friend.
You really did go deeper in the cave. adventure and the thought.
Press any key to quit.
Huh. Can we play Fortnite now?
Okay, well, that was interesting. Oh. So, did playing the game bring Lula here? Or was it just simply summarizing what was going to happen like it was predicting? Oh, I don't know. We're gonna talk to Donald first.
You really did go deeper into the caves. Well, you were easy enough to find. I've met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So, this is what became of our project.
I don't remember what Donald's voice is, but I'm gonna just try again.
I've made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I've had some blank spots to fill.
Yes, I know. He published his version, actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit hideously sentimental.
We found your doctor.
Oh, good. Yes, you're looking not well, to be honest. You smell like a distillery. Have you been drinking?
We've been looking for you.
So you found the address idea. Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald, will you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street named Collision. Bugwood Drive.
Wasn't the Bureau going to process it?
I insist. I have my cycles to spare. I'll just pack my pipe and get to it. I should only be an hour or so. Andrew will carry it over to...
I'll be at the Bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain.
How do we get to the bureau from here?
I just realized I was muted. My bad. I'll just read over some previous dialogue in case I missed something.
How do we get to the bureau from here?
The bridge.
Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there.
Now we, too, recede into history.
Good too. Good night, Donald. Meet me at the Bureau, and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the Cathode Ray, then turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the Bureau. Between us, I think you should try.
Oh, now we're playing as Shannon. Okay, well, there's a theme of alcohol in this game. I know to fix Xanadu here, we had to talk to some weird people. The weird people that Donald, I guess, was afraid of, who are at a church. I'm pretty sure it's the quote-unquote the boys from the Hard Time Distillery that look funny. Gate is open. Guess we're out of here then. Huh. Johnny and Blue are here. Huh.
Thanks for waiting, Blue. We were gone a bit longer than expected. Ran into some trouble, Blue. I won't lie to you.
What happened up there?
I'm actually not sure.
Mysterious, and
Well, at least Johnny here was hanging out with our dog Blue. And, you know, making sure our truck is not going anywhere. I guess they move on. I'm gonna assume that the weird strangers, in order to find out the solution to fixing Xanadu there, maybe Conway had to drink something alcoholic. Okay, so found the cathode raid. Oh no, I already forgot what she said. Oops. Oh, my D20 is gone. Ah! What? Oh, this is like Shannon's book. Interesting. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the bureau. Oh boy. Okay, counterclockwise. Cathode ray. About a dozen children are gathered in a shallow, dry basin to the side of the road. They are seated on overturned pots and pans, arranged in 3 configurations. One group of 5 children are clustered to the right. One group are arranged loosely in the center, all facing an older girl who sits on 3 pans stacked together. The boy at the head of the arrangement looks sternly down on another child. A younger boy kneeled on the stone floor without a pot to sit on. A spare stock pot, perhaps belonging to a younger boy, is set to the side. Stand next to the younger boy. The older girl nods solemnly to Ezra. The older girl takes a wide green leaf from the floor next to her and pretends to read off a list of charges. The younger child is accused of making agreements for trading cards exchanges, which he was not able to honor. The judge asks for a witness to testify. The boy describes the participants and events depicted on the trading card he was to receive and makes related claims about the defendant's nature. Ezra is prompted to argue on behalf of his client.
Claim mistaken identity.
Ezra makes a case for mistaken identity. The judge invites the jury to examine the defendant more carefully. The defendant slyly rearranges his hair. The jury is sequestered a few feet away and returns with a verdict of not guilty. The group of children reconfigure themselves and a new trial begins, with the former defendant now as judge. So yeah, this place is weird. This is the Zero. And Conway has to make some delivery here for some reason. Okay, so we found the cathode ray and then we just turn around. Then just keep driving. So there's only one way to go. But somehow you can find other ways to go by going backwards, because the way you came is different than the way you're heading. Sometimes. I don't know, traversing this makes me think of how, like, the Feywilds would be like if I were to navigate them. Just blue and orange morality and moon logic and all that stuff. Stuff that doesn't make sense. Okay, we're back here. There's our cast. Let's zoom out. There we go. Poor Conway. You know, it's been an hour and 17 minutes. All we were doing was playing some sort of Xanadu simulation. Oh boy. But this is probably the time to wrap it up before we get too far ahead. So I think we'll do that. So, if you've toughed it out, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. I am having fun doing this random Let's Play thing. It's been an interesting little hobby that I don't always have the time to do, but, you know, it's still fun. And, you know, I'm in the process of slowly uploading my videos to the channel. Eventually I have the courage to make it public. I will, because otherwise what would be the point? I guess the only hurdle I'm facing right now is I'm running out of hard drive space again, so that is something I gotta work on. Probably I'll need to work some overtime to get there, but it'll all be good. And then, yeah. Well, you know, it's late for me. I worked overtime today. It was a really hot day. Got myself a haircut. I do feel better with the heat, but I am pooped. So I'm going straight to bed. So you take care of yourself. You have a good night, evening, or day. Whenever, wherever you're hearing this, you know. Maybe it could be... It'll be sometime in the future of my future right now at the second. So... whenever you are, I hope you're doing good. I'm sure you'll keep doing good. Alright. Well. Yeah. Take it easy. I'll see you later.